Erik Erikson proposed a psychoanalytic theory of psychosocial development, comprising 8 relatively separate or epigenetic stages from infancy to late adulthood, where personality develops and builds upon each previous stage. Each stage represents a critical period of conflict and possible crisis, for the emergence of an ego quality such as trust, initiative, or identity. 1. Hope. Trust versus mistrust, infancy, 0 to 2 years. Existential question, can I trust the world? In the first stage, the infant depends on the parents, especially the mother, for nourishment, comfort and sense of trustworthiness. The child's understanding of world and society come from the parents. If caregivers or parents are consistent sources of food, comfort, and affection, an infant learns trust, that others are dependable and reliable. But, if parents are neglectful, or abusive, the infant instead learns mistrust, that the world is an unpredictable, and possibly a dangerous place, leading to feelings of frustration, withdrawal, and lack of confidence. 2. Will. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. Early childhood, 2 to 4 years. Is it okay to be me? Children at this age like to explore the world around them, and develop their first interests, while the parents provide strong base of security. If parents are patient and encouraging, children develop a sense of autonomy, a sense of being able to handle many problems on their own. But, if caregivers demand too much, or refuse to let children perform their own tasks, children may instead develop shame and doubt about their ability to handle problems. 3. Purpose. Initiative versus guilt. Preschool, 4 to 5 years. Is it okay for me to do, move, and act? The child is learning to master the world around them, learning basic skills and principles of physics. Things fall down, not up. Round things roll. They learn how to zip and tie, count and speak. At this stage, the child learns to take initiative, begin and complete their own actions for a purpose. If parents and teachers encourage and support children's efforts, while also helping them make realistic choices, children develop initiative, independence in planning and undertaking activities. But if, instead, adults discourage the pursuit of independent activities, or dismiss them as silly, children develop guilt about their needs and desires. 4. Competence. Industry versus inferiority. School age, 5 to 12 years. Can I make it in the world of people? At this stage, children become more aware of themselves as individuals, and want to be responsible and good at doing things. They are eager to learn and accomplish more complex skills, reading, writing, telling time. They also get to form moral values, recognize individual differences and manage most of their personal needs and grooming with minimal assistance. At this stage, children might express their independence by talking back and being disobedient and rebellious. If children are encouraged to do things and are then praised for their accomplishments, they begin to show industry by being hardworking. But, if children are instead ridiculed or punished, or if they find they are incapable of meeting their teachers' and parents' expectations, they develop feelings of inferiority about their capabilities. 5. Fidelity. Identity versus role confusion. Adolescence, 13 to 19 years. Who am I? And what can I be? The adolescent is newly concerned with how they appear to others. They think about the roles they will play in the adult world of occupation, gender roles, politics and religion. Initially, they may experience some role confusion, mixed ideas and feelings about how they will fit into society. No matter how one has been raised, one's personal ideologies and thoughts are now chosen for oneself. Often, this leads to conflict with adults over religious, career and political orientations. Identity crisis means the failure to achieve ego identity during adolescence. According to Erikson, in our industrial society, identity formation tends to be long, because it takes us so long to gain the skills needed for adulthood's tasks in our technological world. So, we do not have an exact time span in which to find ourselves. It doesn't happen automatically during adolescence. 6. Love, intimacy versus isolation. Early adulthood, 20-39 years. Can I love? At this stage, young adults are still eager to blend their identities with friends. Once they have established their identities, they become capable of forming long-term intimate, reciprocal relationships, and willingly make the sacrifices for such relationships. If people cannot form these intimate relationships, perhaps because of their own needs, a sense of isolation and anxiety may result. 7. Care, generativity versus stagnation. Adulthood, 40 to 64 years. Can I make my life count? During middle age, The primary developmental task is to contribute to society and to guide future generations. Raising a family or working toward the betterment of society results in a sense of productivity and accomplishment. In contrast, a person who is self-centered and unable or unwilling to help society move forward, develops a feeling of stagnation, a dissatisfaction with the relative lack of productivity. 8. Wisdom, ego integrity versus despair, maturity, 65, death, is it okay to have been me? The final stage is when people look back on their lives and accomplishments. They either develop feelings of satisfaction and integrity, or a sense of despair, if they look back on disappointments and unachieved goals. This stage can occur when an individual feels they are near the end of their life, as when receiving a terminal disease diagnosis,